Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your September 2023 mid-month general reading. We're looking at the last half of September, and this reading is for the water sign of Pisces. I hope everyone's doing well. Thanks so much for watching these videos. Liking, sharing, subscribing, hitting that like button really does help. Those of you who comment, who reach out for personal readings, who refer and recommend, thank you so much. Always appreciate it. Okay, Pisces, if your sun, moon, rising, Venus sign is in Pisces, if you're cross-watching for a Piscean, this video is for you. Of course, it's a general reading, which means it may resonate a little differently for everyone who watches. If you know your sun, moon, rising, Venus sign, any or all of those, watch those for additional perspective and insight. And if something really does resonate with you, you'd like to take a deeper look at it, or you simply like the reading style, if you are interested in a personal reading for yourself or as a gift for someone else, please feel free to email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. You can also see that contact info by clicking the title or description of this video. I would love to hear from you, and I can usually get back to you the same day with all the information. I do offer a pretty wide variety of reading choices of all different types and lengths in all areas of life for all different budgets. There's something for everyone in there. And I do readings full time. It's all that I do. So scheduling of personal readings is done in a pretty timely fashion as well. Message me if you're interested. Okay, Pisces, let's see what the second half of September 2023 looks like for you. I am using the Tarot of Dreams and clarifying with the Radiant Rider-Waite. We begin with some intuition. We begin with the High Priestess. Trusting your intuition, which is your link to God, Spirit, angels, guides, to spirit, to universe. Some people call it higher self. Some people call it gut instinct. It's about paying attention, which means listening more than talking, kind of opening yourself up to what your intuition, that feeling way down deep, tells you, not other people, not even sometimes what you see, but what your intuition tells you. With the High Priestess, we have the Nine of Coins, independence, self-sufficiency, self-empowerment, self-confidence. This is somebody who's worked really hard to get to a place where they're now enjoying the fruits of those labors. It can be financial or material or have some aspect of that to it. But what I'm getting here too with this combination of cards, Pisces, is that you are, the road that you've walked and where you are now, you are well able to make a decision based on your own intuition as to what the best path ahead is. Next, we have the Eight of Coins. This is a card I call my worker bee card. It represents, the amount of effort that you're putting into something. I mean, the Eight of Coins, of course, is before the Nine of Coins. This is putting in the work. This is nose to the grindstone, kind of detail-oriented work, because you're working towards the Ten of Pentacles, building something, long-lasting, secure, stable. This can represent, a job, a business, or really anything where you're putting, the majority of your work, especially your day-to-day work, into something. It can be study as well. Something you're really working for. With the Magician. The Magician is the entrepreneur, the manifester of the tarot. He knows how to make things happen. The Magician knows it's not enough, just to use the energy of one element, water, or just air, or earth, or fire. All of those elements represent, like fire, which is wands, represents action, desire, creativity, inspiration, enthusiasm. Earth, or coins, or pentacles, is the more practical side of life, the energy we put into gaining and maintaining the things that make us feel solid, stable, reliable. Air, or swords, governs the mind, intellect, perspective, ideologies. Water is emotion. So the Magician has walked a long path to get to a place where he knows how to juggle all of those elements and pull them together to manifest what he wants into physical reality. It looks quite clear here that you are using your intuition and all of your skills and the work to actually manifest something into reality that you want. What it is, I don't know yet. I mean, it could be something in the practical earth energy area of life. Let's keep going. King of Cups, there you are. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, the King of Water, of emotion. Emotionally mature, adult. Can sometimes be a difficult read emotionally because he has such great control and balance over his or her. This is a general reading, could be female too. Emotions. Generally a good source of support, feedback, probably a fairly spiritual person as well, with Temperance. Staying in the middle, neither too much of one thing nor too much of the other. Staying grounded, meaning knowing who you are, what you're about, where you're going. I mean, this looks and feels very much Pisces, like you're like, this is my goal, this is what I'm working towards, I know this is the right path, doesn't matter what anybody else says or does. I'm working towards this, I'm manifesting something I really want, staying even, staying temperate. From the bottom of the deck, the overall energy for the last half of September is faith. Now in other decks, this card would show up as the Hierophant. So it's convention, it's tradition, it's the tried and true way. Here in this deck, the artist Ciro Marchetti had more of a leaning in this card towards actual faith, which is a belief in things that are unseen or we can as yet see all of, right? It is convention, tradition, the prescribed way, institutional energy. But again, here in this deck, it's more literal faith, faith in, and this whole reading has this feeling over it, I know what I'm building. I know what I'm working towards. I know this is the right path. I'm being very moderate, very temperate, very middle of the road. I'm putting the work in step by step to manifest what I want. It's a very strong and yet even reading at the same time. Let's clarify a bit. It's not clear to me what you're building towards. I mean, in terms of elemental energy, we have 2 coins, so it might be something in your practical world. That earth energy, pentacles, coins energy area of life, which is, work, money, finance, property, assets, job. But it does look like you're working towards manifesting something. And nobody's going to sway you, right? Let's clarify faith as overall energy. The Hanging Man and the Four of Swords. This is also kind of a taking your time sort of energy, not taking any particularly decisive action, resting, recuperating, leaning on your faith, leaning on your intuition. You may have been, it may have been prior to this, you were putting perhaps a fair amount of energy into something. It may have got interrupted, or you may have taken a step back just to kind of wait and see how things were playing out. And then moving forward again. Let's clarify the High Priestess and the Nine of Coins. Interesting. We have the Queen of Cups here, which is the King of Cups natural mate. The King of Cups again, and the Six of Cups, which is a card typically of history, nostalgia, roots of origin, childhood, family. It can be also a soulmate card. It may be about a relationship here. Building towards a relationship, working on perhaps repairing a relationship. It could be that there's a relationship center here and the two of you are working towards something, or you're working to provide something for the relationship. Trusting your intuition. Let's take a look at that Nine of Coins. Wow. Ace of Cups, Four of Wands, the Devil. Ace of Cups can be new love and romance. The Four of Wands is one of the happy home or marriage or wedding cards, or social gatherings that include family and friends. The Devil represents a fair amount of obsessive energy too, but it may not be a negative thing here. This looks like, for under the umbrella of romantic relationships, for those of you whom this reading might resonate for, if it's a new person, you're determined. You know that they're your soulmate. You know that they're your person, right? And you're working towards this relationship. You're working towards a happy home or marriage or coming together with this person. The Ace of Cups can represent emotional renewal in an already existing situation. So if there were issues within an already existing relationship, definitely don't want to let this go. Definitely knowing that the two of you are meant to be together, moving forward. For some of you in the more practical area of life, it may be working towards providing a home for your future mate or a home for an existing mate. It may have something to do with the property itself. For some of you, this may be a little simpler energy of maybe working towards, have something to do with a social celebration, weddings, anniversaries, buying your first home, that sort of thing as well. But there's very much an energy of, I know what I know, nobody's going to sway me. I have this goal in sight. I'm not letting go of it. I'm working towards it. Let's clarify the Eight of Coins and the Magician. Goodness, you got cards jumping out all over the place. Well, just two, 10 of Cups and 6 of Swords. So this is clarifying the work here. This 8 of Coins, I can pick this up. The 8 of Coins, this represents the level of effort and detail that you're putting into working towards something you truly believe in. And again, it has something to do with happy home and family, marriage, wedding, children, the property itself. There's healing here too with the 6 of Swords. The 6 of Swords is a card that represents putting the worst behind you and moving slowly but surely towards a better place. It's a card of healing. So again, for relationships or any issues that have to do with home, with relationship, marriage, family, it's healing energy. It's moving forward into a healing place. Let's clarify the Magician. The 6 of Pentacles, this is a card about gift giving and gift receiving, paying attention to the balance of giving and receiving. This is what's being worked on. This is what's being manifested. This is what somebody is working hard towards manifesting. Again, healing and the element of home and family. Now, because this is a general reading, some of you, this may resonate about the relationship itself. Working on perhaps in the relationship, there was an uneven balance of who was giving, who was taking, all of that. It could be healing in regards to that. It could be moving from a place, there's a sense of moving from a place that wasn't great, and because it's a general reading, the intensity of that can vary, and moving towards a better place. It's basically healing and around home and family, however that resonates for you. Again, slow, steady, but very determined work going in here. King of Cups and Temperance. The Fool. Yep, a brand new life cycle. The Fool is the very first major arcana card in the tarot, starting off on a whole brand new life cycle. And one cycle of the tarot represents typically a chapter or a set of chapters in your life that's been particularly significant. So there's a new road here. You may be stepping off the beaten path into the unknown, taking risks, taking chances. Some of you may actually be moving, physically moving. Temperance. The High Priestess, again, trusting your intuition, and the Three of Wands, starting to see your efforts paying off and feeling much more positive, hopeful, and optimistic about the future. Balance. It feels like there was some issue prior to this, some problem, some issue, some pain, some difficulty, and you're making a decision that while you might be getting flack from other people, you know it's the right path. You know what you're working towards is good, and it's a path of healing and rebalancing. It's very even temperate energy here. I mean, it's not particularly shocking energy. I think that may have been what happened preceding this, because this is about, okay, this is how I'm going to fix this. This is how we're going to make it better. I know this is the right path, and this is the work I'm putting into it, and that's it. So I think I'm just going to leave it there. Let's end with any advice, guidance, messages, feedback from Spirit. Seven of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Wands. That's interesting because the Seven of Swords, while it can be deceit, theft, trickery, I don't feel it represents that here. It's a card that represents things being done undercover or behind closed doors, but primarily it's a card of strategy, of playing a smart game, and typically done behind closed doors, meaning, in your own best interest or in the best interest of the goal, whatever it is you're trying to achieve. It's keeping your cards pretty close to your chest, keeping things to yourself for the most part, especially your actions, what your actions are, your plan, your actions are in terms of what you're doing here. Perhaps not really telling too many people about it at all. So, I mean, this is advice from Spirit of kind of doing that. This is it's combining the best of earth and fire, right? So, which you have in your reading here, the whole energy of this reading is very balanced. It's very harmonious. You've got action in here, as the Knight of Wands is all about, action to manifest something, but the Knight of Earth, of Pentacles, is a little slower. He's cautious, he's detail oriented, but he always accomplishes his mission and his goal. So moving forward, but again, perhaps keeping things to yourself as much as possible for as long as possible. It's interesting advice. Maybe you're going to spring something on people at the last minute or something. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Pisces, those are your messages for the last half of September. I hope you found them useful and relevant, gave you something to think about. Again, if this did resonate with you, or you simply like the reading style and you're interested in a personal reading with me for yourself or as a gift for someone else, please feel free to email me, Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. You can see that information by clicking the title or the description of this video. I would be delighted to hear from you and to work with you. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the October general readings. Until then, stay well, be happy, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.